Hey baby, want to ride in my BMW? It's got a really big gun. Welcome my fellow scrub lords to another super unicorn review. Welcome back you wearable master race. Today we are covering a machine so dank that the T10M dies every time its name is spoken. That's right, the time has come to review the Leopard 1. A tier 5 battle rating 8.0 pussycat that can rocket around a battlefield like Guderian on crack. With a top speed higher than a retreating Frenchman, this tank is built to outmaneuver, outrun, outshoot and outface fuck every other main battle tank at its tier. The only thing it cannot do is take hits, because it is a big juicy schnitzel which everyone tries to take a bite of. To harness the power of the German Pussycat 1, you must take everything you have learned from driving Pussy Panthers and ditch that shit faster than Nazis fleeing to Argentina. So how does this BMW handle? Well, the simplest way I can put it is that it's fucking amazing. Especially when it's fully upgraded. The Leopard 1 can nitrous boost around the battlefield at a top speed of 65 km per hour. And at 40 tons, it is one of the lightest main battle tanks at its tier. This rocket ship of a tank has a power to weight ratio of 20.75 horsepower per ton. To put this in perspective, the M18 Hellcat has only 5 more horsepower per ton than this vehicle, yet the Leopard 1 weighs over twice as much as that fucking sedan with the gun. This means that this shit is not only fast as hell, but can tank drift like a fucking boss around corners, and can outmaneuver almost any tank in the game without giving a single fuck about their traverse. Hell, this tank will drive backwards at a speed of 25 km per hour, meaning that it can outrun some heavy tanks going in reverse over soft terrain. But how does this tank keep its maneuverability? Well, that's because the armor sucks more schnitzel than a Brazos mini-series. The armor on this vehicle is really only there to protect the crew from heavy machine guns and light autocannons. I mean seriously, the shit Viet T-26 reserve tank can easily kill a Leopard 1 from the side. Your durability isn't helped either by the massive as fuck munitions factory of an ammo rack right in the front of the tank next to the driver. And if the enemy aims just to the left of the ammo rack, they can collateral your driver, gunner, and commander all in one shot. Now your turret can occasionally bounce shots, but don't count on it. Especially at tier 5, expect every shot fired at you to pen your dumbass guaranteed. If you play with that mindset, you will be able to easily ruffle stomp any shit Viet capitalist or imperialist scrub lords. Speaking of ruffle stomping people, how's the beer pint launcher? The L7A3 105mm gun is a German license-built version of the British L7 gun on the Centurion Mark 10. This gun is by far the best food dispenser in War Thunder. With an ace crew you can get the reload down to 7.1 seconds. Which allows you to dish out nearly 8.5 rounds per minute. And the shells are not shitty either. When you first get the Leopard 1 it comes equipped stock with the DM13 hardened sausage round, which is capable of penetrating 302mm of stellinium at 100 meters. It also has a muzzle velocity of the speed of light, so aiming with this shell is simpler than the invasion of Denmark. It is also equipped with the DM502 Hesh round, which you should only use on lightly armored scrub lords, or for killing the crews of enemy vehicles. And lastly you get the horrendously overpowered and expensive DM12 Heat FS round with 400mm of penetration at all ranges. This last round is what makes the Leopard 1 so devastatingly overpowered in many people's eyes, because Heat FS does a shitload of damage upon penetration, and can kill any vehicle in the game with ease. However, these rounds cost 1200 credits a shot, so good luck making money spamming this shell. Also, before I forget, this vehicle also gets 9 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty good for using ridgelines to get held down. Before I go any further, I just want to say something about people who spam Heat FS. Unless you have more money than you will ever need, you are a fucking idiot. 9 out of 10 times, APDS and or Hesh will easily kill enemy vehicles without any trouble at all. If you are firing APDS, aim for enemy ammo racks. If you are firing Headphone for areas where the crew is clustered together, with a combination of those two shells alone you can deal with 99% of enemies facing you. Also HeatFS has some disadvantages. It is easily defeated by spaced armor which many of the shit-viet heavy tanks have. And if it hits so much as offense it will detonate the shell prematurely and do absolutely nothing to the target other than to make him aware that you are there. And also it's 1200 credits, so if either of these things happen to you, you just wasted 1200 credits like the fucktard you are. So instead of loading nothing but HeatFS, like I see so many idiots doing, take the following loadout: 23 APDS to hash and 10 HeatFS. This is supposed to remove the ammo racks in your turret. If it doesn't for whatever reason, fire a burst with your machine gun and that will remove the ammo rack modules. So what modifications and crew skills should you focus on getting? As far as mods go on the Leopard 1, this is one of the few vehicles in the game where the mobility modules are actually fucking useful. However, make sure to follow this order: parts, turret drive, FPE, DM500 and Tehesh round, adjustment of fire, elevation mechanism, DM12 HeatFS round, filters, transmission, engine, suspension, brakes, artillery, rangefinder and tracks. As far as crew skills go, put your points into weapon reloading and leadership, then follow that up with tank driving, targeting and range finding. And by the expert crew qualification, as soon as you have enough silver pussycats to give away. As for playing the Leopard, it's pretty simple. You are the ultimate early and late game assassin. On modes like Domination or Conquest, your job is to get to the magic white circle of destiny before the enemy does, and give your team an early lead on tickets. After you cap the point, you can either hide nearby and wait to ambush incoming shitvits, or you can change flanks entirely and move to support another part of the map. Avoid head-on fights with enemy tanks as much as possible and watch out for ATGMs from vehicles like the IT-1 and the Sheridan. In other words, your job is to protect your flanks while outflanking the enemy, popping up where you aren't expected, and delivering precise, devastating critical hits and kills on enemy vehicles while preserving your own. And then rapidly extracting yourself from that area before the enemy can react to the vicious face fucking you just gave them. Essentially you are a tier 5 Hellcat. So before we go, let's review. The Leopard 1 is faster than a fucking land rocket, more maneuverable than a Japanese sports car, and has the best gun and ammunition in the game. While it may be a little different from the previous medium tanks in the German line, it is certainly a worthy top-end vehicle that won't suffer from power creep anytime soon. Thanks for watching this shitty review, you fucking wereaboos. The 2 winners of the giveaway have been sent an email containing the code and instructions on how to apply it to their War Thunder account. Thank you all for participating and subscribing to the channel. See you next week, you scrublords. Also, if you have been keeping track, a total of 8 T10Ms were ceremoniously sacrificed to Gaiju during the course of this review. Now fuck off and do something constructive.